Hello and welcome back to the channel. Let me ask you something right away. Do you ever feel nervous, shy, or even frozen when you have to speak English with someone new? Maybe you know the words, maybe you've studied for months or even years, but when it's time to actually talk, your mind goes blank. Your heart beats faster, your mouth goes dry, and you think, what if I make a mistake? What if they don't understand me? If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. So many English learners struggle with shyness. And the truth is, shyness doesn't mean you're weak or incapable. It simply means that speaking in another language feels like stepping into a spotlight, and that can be scary. But here's the good news. You don't need to be outgoing, loud, or naturally confident to talk to anyone in English. You can learn practical strategies to speak comfortably even if you're shy. In this video, I'll share with you my complete guide to overcoming shyness and building the courage to talk to anyone in English. I'll show you mindset shifts, simple speaking techniques, and daily habits that will help you grow your confidence step by step. By the end, you'll realize that being shy doesn't have to stop you from connecting with people, making friends, or growing in your career. You can speak English with confidence, in your own style. So let's begin. Part 1. Understanding shyness in English conversations. First, let's understand where shyness comes from. Most of the time, it's not really about English itself. It's about fear of being judged, fear of making mistakes, fear of looking foolish. Think about it. If you're alone in your room speaking English to yourself, you probably feel fine. But as soon as another person is listening, suddenly your shyness appears. That's because shyness is social. It's about how we think others see us. For me, when I started speaking English, I thought every mistake was huge. If I mispronounced a word or used the wrong grammar, I imagined the other person laughing at me or thinking I was not smart. That fear made me nervous. But later, I learned something important. Most people don't care about your mistakes. They just want to understand you. Once you understand that shyness is about fear, not ability, you can begin to overcome it. Part 2. The mindset shift from fear to connection. Now let's talk about the most powerful mindset shift. Stop focusing on perfection and start focusing on connection. When you speak English, your goal is not to deliver a perfect performance. Your goal is to connect with the other person. That connection is more important than flawless grammar or perfect pronunciation. Think of it this way. If someone speaks to you in your language, even with mistakes, you usually feel happy that they're trying. You listen carefully, you encourage them, and you don't mind the errors. The same is true for you when you speak English. Once I realized this, my shyness decreased. I told myself, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to connect. So the next time you feel nervous, remind yourself, I'm here to share my ideas, not to impress anyone with perfect English. Part 3. Small steps to build confidence. Now let's get practical. How do you go from being shy to actually talking to anyone in English? The answer is small steps. Confidence doesn't come all at once. It grows little by little like a muscle you train. Here are some small steps you can practice daily. 1. Talk to yourself first. Start by speaking in English when you're alone. Describe your day, explain what you're doing, or practice answering simple questions. This helps you get comfortable with your own voice in English. 2. Practice in front of a mirror. When you look at yourself while speaking, you train your body language as well. You'll notice if you look nervous, and you can practice smiling and standing confidently. 3. Record your voice. Many shy learners are afraid of how they sound. Recording yourself helps you hear your real progress. At first, you may not like it, but over time you'll realize your English is improving. 4. Use short conversations. Start small. Say hello to someone. Order food in English. Ask a simple question. These tiny interactions build your confidence step by step. 5. Celebrate small wins. Every time you talk to someone, even for one sentence, celebrate it. Tell yourself, I did it. Confidence grows through small victories. Part 4. Strategies for real conversations. When it's time to actually talk to someone in English, what can you do if you feel shy? Here are my best strategies. 1. Prepare simple phrases in advance. Shy people often freeze because they don't know what to say. To solve this, prepare a few phrases you can use anytime. For example, "Hi, how are you? Can you say that again, please? I'm learning English, so I might make mistakes." Having these ready makes you feel more secure. 2. Ask questions. When you ask questions, the other person talks more, and you can relax. For example, where are you from? What do you like to do? How was your day? This keeps the conversation going and takes pressure off you. 3. Use active listening. Even if you don't say much, show you're listening. Nod your head, smile, and use small responses like, "Really?" or "That's interesting." This shows confidence without needing long sentences. 4. Accept mistakes openly. If you make a mistake, just laugh and correct yourself. You can even say, "Sorry, my English is not perfect, but I'm trying." People will respect your honesty. 5. Slow down. You don't need to speak fast. Take your time. A slower pace actually makes you sound more confident. Part 5. Building social courage. Another key to talking to anyone in English is building what I call social courage. This means training yourself to face uncomfortable moments and survive them. For example, try these exercises. Smile at strangers even if you don't say anything. Ask a small question in English, like, "What time is it?" Join an online English group and type one short message. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, you become less shy. Your brain learns that nothing bad happens. I remember the first time I spoke English with a stranger. I was so nervous, but after the conversation, I realized something. The world didn't end. They didn't laugh at me. In fact, they were kind. That experience gave me courage to try again. Social courage grows the more you practice. Part 6. Daily habits to support confidence. Now let's look at daily habits that help shy learners talk more easily. 1. Think in English daily. If you practice thinking in English, you won't need to translate when speaking. This makes you faster and more confident. 2. Use English in small ways. Change your phone to English, write your shopping list in English, or label items in your house with English words. This makes English part of your life. 3. Practice gratitude in English. Every night, say or write 3 things you're thankful for in English. This trains your brain to use English in a positive way. 4. Visualize success. Before a conversation, close your eyes and imagine yourself speaking confidently. Visualization tricks your brain into feeling prepared. 5. Surround yourself with English. The more you listen and read in English, the more natural it feels to speak. Part 7. Overcoming negative self-talk. One of the biggest challenges for shy learners is negative self-talk. This is the little voice in your head that says, "I'm not good enough. I'll embarrass myself. People will laugh at me." To overcome this, you must replace negative self-talk with positive self-talk. Instead of, "I will make mistakes," say, "Mistakes help me learn." Instead of, "I'm shy," say, "I'm learning to be more confident." Instead of, "I can't do it," say, "I can try and that's enough." Words are powerful. The way you talk to yourself shapes your confidence. Part 8. Real stories of shy learners. Let me share a couple of real stories to inspire you. One of my friends was extremely shy. She never wanted to speak English in public. But she started with one habit. Every day, she said just one sentence in English to herself in the mirror. After a few months, she joined a speaking club online. She still made mistakes, but her confidence had grown. Today, she gives presentations in English at her job. Another learner I met was afraid to talk to strangers in English. He started small, asking for directions in English once a week. Slowly, he built courage. Now he can have casual conversations with tourists and feels proud of his progress. The lesson is clear. Confidence is built, not born. Part 9. Long-term growth without pressure. Finally, let's talk about the long-term picture. You don't need to become a completely different person. If you're naturally quiet, that's okay. You can still be yourself and talk to anyone in English. The key is to practice daily, even in small ways. Focus on connection, not perfection. Take small social risks regularly. Replace fear with curiosity. Over time, these habits will transform your shyness into quiet confidence. Conclusion, final message. So, let's bring everything together. Shyness doesn't have to stop you from speaking English. By shifting your mindset from perfection to connection, by practicing small steps daily, and by building social courage, you can talk to anyone in English, even if you're shy. Remember, confidence is not something you are born with. It's something you build. Every conversation, every small effort, every mistake you accept proudly makes you stronger. So the next time you feel nervous, take a deep breath, smile, and say one simple sentence in English. That's all it takes to begin. Thank you for watching. If this video gave you the courage to start speaking, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I'll continue to share more strategies and routines to help you grow your English naturally and confidently. I'll see you in the next video.